Hi witches, blessed be, this is White Raven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. Today is going to be a very special video. It is something that I've been, it's really close to my heart because I personally go through this many times in my life. Through my life, I've been going through this a lot of times. It's been one of those things that you guys have asked me the most, probably the most repeated in all the requests. And there's a lot of information out there that I would like to share with you. But the first thing that I would like to share with you is my own experience. And hopefully through my own experience, I can address some of the issues and some of the questions and some of the concerns that you have in regards to this topic, which is, of course, anxiety. We're listening to Fawn in the background. I love Fawn. I love doing videos with Fawn and some of my also drum music. But today we're going to be listening to Fawn. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm really enjoying my day. A lot of good things are happening. So I prepared for this video a few weeks ago. But as you guys know, if you guys have been seeing some of my videos, I'm in the searching for a house. And that's what's happening in my life right now. We actually did find the house. Mondays are my days off from work. So that have been completely overwhelmed with house stuff and house hunting stuff. So I apologize for not posting before. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about anxiety. And then I love my man. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about anxiety, and I'm also going to put in the video where you can find the spell that we're going to do. And it's not going to be a spell, it's going to be just a little tiny ritual, or a few rituals that you can perform every day. So I'm going to put the minutes over here where you can find it if you just want to go straight to it. I do, however, recommend for you to watch this entire video. I'm not going to talk a lot. I am not a doctor. I am going to show you some of the stuff that I use for anxiety. I am not a doctor again. I cannot tell you to take this stuff that I'm taking that I'm going to share with you. I can tell you where they are, and you should do research yourself. Okay, so the first thing that I want to tell you is if you are the type of person that suffers of anxiety, I want to tell you that you're not alone. I, White Raven, suffer from anxiety. It runs in my family. The first time, I think I have anxiety all my life because I remember when I was little having a lot of anxiety. The first time that I got a full-blown anxiety attack, I was probably on my 30s. And it was really bad. It was really, 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 really bad. It was really shocking. I did not know how to handle it. I was very alone in the time of my life that I went through this. Obviously, the reason why I went through my anxiety attacks because the style of life that I was having, the quality of life that I was having, the people around me, the place where I was sleeping, and all the situations happening to me back at that time. So that really triggered a major anxiety attack that lingered for more than a year. My hair fell, I lost a lot of weight, I could not eat, I could not sleep, I felt my heart all the time beating 24/7, my eyes will like shake every time I tried to sleep. The only way I could sleep was by using melatonin and a mix of melatonin and St. John's. I did not do any drugs. I did not do any drinking. I don't do drugs. That's something I really don't do. It's out of my vocabulary and out of my belief. You guys do know that I love my little wine here and there and everywhere. But so yeah, the first time that I got my full-blown anxiety attack, I was about probably 30 something, 31, maybe 30. I'm 48 right now, so I was 18 years ago. Again, it lingered more than a year. And after I had some closure with certain things, my anxiety got better. but it was something that always lingered. It wasn't until I moved, I was living in Canada back then. Canada is a place, I used to live in the West Coast in Canada, in Victoria, to be more exact. And Victoria is a place right above from Seattle. If you guys are familiar with Seattle, it rains literally 8 months of the year. So the fact that where I used to live in Canada was cloudy and gloomy all the time also affect my state of mind. So it wasn't until I moved back to where I'm from, Puerto Rico, that I started getting all the sun and all the heat and all the beautiful island weather, that my anxiety completely disappeared. Now that I'm 48, I am going through something that is called perimenopause. If you guys have any questions, especially the girls, you guys can just leave inbox in there. I can talk to you a little bit about perimenopause. Chances are I'm going to do a video on menopause for females. Obviously, not for my hands. But now that I'm going through my perimenopause, the imbalance on my hormones are a little bit crazy, so it's triggering some serious anxiety. So anxiety comes in two forms. At least I have experienced anxiety in two forms: in your head, right, and in your body. Like when I said in your head, is like you have such an anxiety that is the worst to me. That is absolutely by far the worst, because when you have anxiety, you lose your muchness. You lose who you are, because you're going to second guess everything you do, and you are completely and absolutely terrified of the actions that you're making, of if you're doing something wrong. You feel really guilty if you do something that is a little bit selfish. You're always in doubt of what you're doing, of your self-worth. You're thinking 100,000 times if you close your door, if you shut the stove, if you're going to die, if you can kill yourself, if you can hurt other people, if people is not going to love you. In my case, I get extremely hypochondriac, and I think I have every illness in this world. You lose control of your emotions. You lose control of your control. Like when you are interacting with people, if you have some kind of like a confrontation with anybody, you can't control it. Your nerves immediately take over. It is that fight or flight, right? Feelings that we get, that rush of adrenaline that we get, that we cannot control. And usually comes out in the wrong moment. You hyperventilate, you start sweating, and you're cold and you start sweating. Your heartbeat start really going really fast. You feel like you're going to faint. You feel like you're going to throw up. You feel like you're going to have a heart attack, because when it comes to physical, which is the one that I'm having lately with my perimenopause, I can't breathe. I have to really breathe to catch my breath. The air does not go to my lungs. And needless to say, my entire chest gets so tight and extremely difficult for me to actually, again, catch my breath and feel any kind of ease in here. It feels like these muscles over here are extremely tight and extremely, my chest is constricted, and it's painful. It pains, it aches, almost like if I was being stabbed in my heart. And that's why so many people think they're having a heart attack, because it's a very physical pain. So how do we deal with all this, guys? First of all, you need to understand that this is a chemical imbalance that, yes, it feels absolutely horrendous, but this is my number one advice to you. You need to learn about anxiety. You need to learn about how your body works, okay? When I first had my anxiety full-blown attack, that was the worst I ever had it in my life. The only thing that really helped me out, I didn't take any medication, okay? Any medication. I'm going to tell you what I use for my anxiety. But when I first got my anxiety attack, again, I was living in Canada. It was probably 2000, so it was a long time ago. We didn't have YouTube and Facebook and all the things that we have right now, so I had the library. So I remember going to the library and getting books on anxiety, and once I understood what anxiety was, I started to control it. Because the thing with anxiety is that certain places will trigger it. Certain movies will trigger it. Certain music will trigger it. Certain things will trigger it. And then you have probably just like one person that is like security blanket. Like there's only one situation. There's only one place in which you feel kind of safe. Like, for example, back then to me, it was my husband, and he was an awful husband, but he was my security blanket. Every time he was near me, I was more calm. My anxiety was not gone, but I was more calm. Maybe for you, and that's the problem, that then we also get attached to people that are not necessarily good for us, and probably people that are triggering our anxiety, but at the same time, we see that people as our security blanket. So we need to learn, which is knowledge is power. So whenever you get anything, the first thing you have to understand is you are a body, you are a machine. Certain things in this beautiful machine that we call our bodies and our system are not working properly. So you need to learn about how your body works and what's happening. Why do you have anxiety? Once you get to know why you have anxiety, you can understand certain things that are happening to you, and you can control it a certain way. All right. So what did I do in order to control my anxiety? So the first thing that I did, I always been a gym rat. I always work out a lot, and especially back then, I was totally a gym rat. I had my own gym, and so one of the things that really helped me out was working out. I used to go for a walk. I mean, I used to go on the treadmill, do my weights and all that stuff, but I'm not expecting everybody to do what I did back then. I was almost an athlete. But you can go walk in nature. You can listen to, exposure to nature is one of my most amazing remedies for anything. But back then, I used to be a really big fan of GNC. So the first thing that I did was get some St. John's from GNC. And St. John's used to help me out a lot, okay? This is 300 milligrams, okay? The St. John's that I take now is a little bit, I can take this one, and that's just to make me feel better. It's a mood enhancer. It's really awesome, okay? But now for the anxiety that I get that actually hurts my chest, that I feel it physically, not necessarily mentally, but physically, I'm using this one from Solaris. And this is one a day. This is the big daddy of St. John's, okay? We also use St. John's a lot in magic. And anyways, this St. John's is by Solaris. Solar Ray. Gosh. And I really love it. They sell this at the vitamin shop, okay? There's also stuff like this. Lumide. It's an enhancer. It's a mood enhancer that you can take. I don't mix these things, okay? As a matter of fact, I don't take it unless I'm fucking dying. There's a skull cap. There's also passion flower. All these things, you know, you can get information on all this stuff online. You can go to the vitamin shop and you can get all this stuff at the vitamin shop. One of these things that I try is called 5-HTP. 5-HTP is more for, this one is time release. 5-HTP is more for depression. I really don't get depression. I get anxiety, but I don't get depression. As it is, I'm an extremely hyper person. So the only time I got depression, and this is something that I also want to touch, I got really, really suicidal. It was after I had my son almost 28 years ago. Yeah, that's called baby blues. Some grandmas call it baby blues. My hormone was so out of whack that I got really bad depression, and my depression was suicidal. I was 21 years old, and I told no one. I lived through this for a very long time. So if you're going through this, understand you're not alone. My baby blues and my hormone imbalance got fixed after probably almost 8 months after I had my son, maybe a year after I had my son. My baby blues got better and my depression got better. And again, I tell you, I told nobody. Absolutely no one. I lived with this through years, and it's been just recently that I have expressed myself to my daughter and to some other friends about what happened to me after I had my son. I didn't even tell my husband. I told nobody. I used to go to bed every night thinking, how could I kill myself and make it look like an accident, because I didn't want anybody to see, think that I killed myself. But if that's something that you're going through, understand, guys, I don't have any depression. That was the last time I had any depression, and it was absolutely a normal thing, but I should have just talked about it. I was going through that hormonal imbalance after having my first child, okay? And that's something that really does happen. You need to speak about it, and you need to talk about it. When I had my daughter the second time around, when I gave birth, nothing happened to me. And my daughter was born in Canada, and in Canada, the medicine is really awesome. And I remember nurses going to where I live to ask me if I was okay. Another thing that I use a lot is lavender. I like to, I'm a witch, it's lavender everything. Lavender everything, everywhere. But I like this when I'm feeling stressed out. I like to put this in my pillow, and I like to sleep with the smell of lavender. I love it. I love it a lot, and it's one of my favorite things. I know I'm talking a lot. I'm just trying to give you all this information. Another thing that you can use is kava teas, chamomile teas. Chamomile do absolutely nothing for me. Like, nothing, absolutely zero, nada, zero, nothing. There's some people that take. In my country, in Puerto Rico, there's something called manzanilla. I think it's just chamomile too, and they sell the extract like in like a little elixir of manzanilla, which is chamomile. Yes, you can also use valerian root to sleep and relax. Kava kava. I don't like kava kava, but kava kava is something else. And the reason why I know a little bit about these things is because prior of me being a witch, I did take sports nutrition. I was a sports nutrition advisor, which means my mother is also a nutritionist. So I used to read a lot about supplements, about herbs. There was a time in my life that I almost studied herbology, which is funny. I've been a witch even before I knew I was a witch. And so there's a lot of help out there, guys. So if you are a teenager or if you are an adult like me, there's help out there. It's not necessarily for you to go and have some Xanax. It's not you for, if that's what you need to take, that's what you need to take. However, me, I will avoid at all cost any type of medication unless it's a life-threatening matter. Okay, I think Mother Nature has provided for us a lot of natural ways for us to cure ourselves and to heal ourselves and to make ourselves feeling better. But there's a few things that you need to do. Number one, knowledge is power. So witches, you need to learn about what anxiety is. Okay, and learn about your hormones. It's not so difficult. There's very easy books out there. Number two, just be very discerned when it comes to watching videos on YouTube. That's why I much rather you go into the library and look for books, okay? Because books are usually much better. If there's any studies, make sure that your books are citing the studies and all that stuff. Don't be playing a fool, and just because I tell you to take GNC, Sam Jones, go ahead and, oh yeah, White Raven said to take this, let me take this. Take it by all means if you want to take it, but make sure that you study first what that is. And if you can mix it, because there's some of these herbs, just because they're natural does not mean they're not dangerous. Some of these herbs cannot be mixed with some medications, okay? So stay away from drugs. Don't overdo the alcohol. Alcohol actually is the one thing that will release my chest tightness. If I have a little bit of wine, that tightness goes away. But do not get hooked on alcohol, because alcohol withdrawals give you anxiety. So they're just as bad as the illness. So do everything in moderation, okay? So, okay, let's stop, okay? I'm sorry, it's been 18 minutes that I've been talking to you guys about anxiety. So let's talk about what I'm going to do. Anxiety for me, again, there's not going to be a spell out there that is going to cure your anxiety, that is going to take it away, that you're going to do this spell and the spell is just, and then anxiety is going to go away. Okay? Let me forward this Viking music. Oh, Stalin's Secret. I just found out yesterday that my man has some ancestors that live in Salem at the time of the witch trial. I thought that was so funny. It's like, you probably burned my great grandmother. It's like so funny. Anyways, so all right, so there's not a lot of like, there's not going to be a spell that's going to help you. Like, I'm going to do this spell and my anxiety is going to be gone. Understand, this is a your body's functioning wrong. So you need to balance it out. So what's going to happen? You have the power over your body. right? So when you focus in things and when you do some meditation exercises, and I know, because when you have anxiety, nothing seems to work because your brain is out of whack. Okay, so doing magic, projecting, decreeing something, creating energy to do anything is so complicated. You feel like it's impossible. As a witch, you feel like you cannot be a witch no more. Okay, fuck it, try it, go through, break through. You have to break through, okay? And just keep trying, okay? And keep trying. And you have to combine many things at a time. You're going to combine music, you're going to combine smells, you're going to combine maybe some supplements, you're going to combine some reading. Try to exercise, find a hobby that you like and keep repeating that, okay? And this book that I have over here that I like so much because it's very simple stuff, there's a little ritual that I really like. Remember, magic is very ritualistic. Magic is very symbolic. Okay, so as funny as this book may sound to you, it's a very nice book because this is an everyday thing. Something as simple as a supermarket, you can find your magical stuff, right? And I really like this guy, Michael Fury. And on page 11 on this book, he has a little spell for anxiety. It's an anxiety orb, and this is not the first time that I have read this. I don't think he's the same one from my other books, but you know, if you've probably seen my video on ground on center, when you ground on center and when you're doing this for anxiety, what you're going to do, you're going to imagine a blue light, okay, coming from the sky, coming right through you, and you're gonna feel it. I'm telling you this and I'm getting goosebumps. You're gonna feel it going through your body, almost like if it was a lightning bolt. And you're gonna feel that going through your body, and once it's inside you, she's going to radiate light outside, creating this beautiful bubble, this beautiful orb. And as the light is radiating outside, it's literally cleaning all that darkness. I see anxiety as something gray, almost as a gray cloud, right? So when that blue light comes through me, it's going to start lighting everything inside me, and it's going to push out because there's no other way. That darkness is being pushed out, right? From you. You feel that light pushing it out of yourself and making that orb around you. And when you're meditating about this, this is the little I did a drawing. I've been drawing lately, and that's one of the ways that I actually get rid of my anxiety. But I did this drawing the other day because I wanted to do this video for you guys. Actually, I did this on the 4th of this month. Today is June 18th. Since the 4th, I've been trying to work on this for you. So this is pretty much, you see the light coming from the sky, and it's going through her, and then it's lighting out. I don't know if you can tell the little orbs around her, but that's what I wanted to do. And then try to recite this little chant: anxiety banish, stress cast away, calm return, here to stay. And you can, oh, I like this song. And you can repeat that as many times as you need to repeat it to empower yourself, okay? So that's one of the little stress chants that you can do. I probably will link in here a lot of spells that I found online. And this one is the ones that I found online because I check in all my books. And honestly, what you see out there is little chants. Most of the times are little chants. All right. This one right here, I like it because I got to draw a pentacle. Okay, what you're going to do, you're going to draw, you're going to need a black candle for vanishing. This is one of those 50-cent candles from Walmart. It's black. You don't see black candles all the time. When I see them, I buy boxes. And then, again, I'm practicing with drawing. So I drew this pentagram, pentacle is inside the circle, and I put some charcoal inside and I drew it because this is exactly how I see my anxiety. Anxieties are just blotches of darkness that are just annoying me. It's like, get the fuck out of me. Like, you have no room in here. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to draw a pentacle in a paper. You don't have to draw this, okay? But if you feel like it's going to empower you and you want to put details on it, just put details on it. So I'm going to put it in my table in the surface, and we're going to put the candle in the center. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Okay, so it's going to be something like this, right? I have the candle in here. I have this is stone. My daughter got me this so I can do a lot of burning in here. So let's lit this up, guys. So there we go. You have your candle light lit. And then I have another drawing over here of that. This is not so pretty drawing, but I did another drawing over here. This one's really fast. I've been trying to draw all my spells. And these I took from online. Okay. Now, what you're going to need the black candle. You're going to need one paper, you're going to need a pen, and then something to light your candles, which you already saw. I had my lighter. Okay, so you're going to cast a circle if you cast a circle. If you don't cast a circle, then don't do a circle. But if you want to just cast a circle, it will be even more symbolic, and it's going to be more, ritualistic. You can do that too. All right, and then as the candle is burning, this is what we're going to say. I call the powers far and near to banish all that is not welcome here. Use this candle, use this charm to banish all that will cause harm. This I ask that you may send unwanted harm away. You can repeat it again and repeat it again. I call on the powers far and near, and you can do it louder if you want, to banish all that is not welcome here. Use this candle, use this charm to banish all that will cause harm. This I ask that you may send unwanted harm far, far away. All right? So you can do it as many times as you want. You don't have to do it just... Okay, let's try to hold this over here. You don't have to do it just 2 times. You can chant it, you can empower yourself and do it and do it and do it again. All right? I know this was not probably what you're expecting from me, to give you all these ingredients for you to banish anxiety from your life. Anxiety is something that us as humans is a malady. It's something that we go through. And rather than disappearing, I think what we need to do is empower ourselves and learn how to handle it. Okay? Learn how to deal with it every time we have it. Because honestly, I think there's going to be times in our life in which we're going to have it again and have it again and have it again. And some of us just runs in our family. We just have it. Other people have diabetes. Some of us have anxiety. Okay? We need to learn with anxiety. We need to learn that is by supplementing yourself. That is by eating well. That is by exercising. That is by finding a hobby that can distract you. Finding good things to do. Stay away from drugs. Stay away from things that do not do any good to your temple, which is this body. Okay? If you have any questions, let me know in the bottom of the comments. And in the meantime, blessed be. This is almost half an hour of video. I'm really sorry. I hope you enjoy it. Blessed be, witches. I'll see you soon. Next Monday, I won't be doing a video because I am going to be closing on my house. So, blessed be. I'll see you soon, okay? I'm taking vacation pretty soon. So, I'm probably going to do more than 1 video a week. Bye.